This is my week 1 project review for mobile interface usability. This app is called iPill Keeper, and it is designed to keep track of pills you take for diabetes. I come from a long line of diabetics, and I thought if I ever end up having to take all these pills, I want a way to keep track of it and make notes, have all my medical history and everything, so it's right here at hand at all times. When I started doing this, it was the easiest part was conceptualizing everything. There's not a whole lot you can do right now of how your app's going to look, aside from graphics and colors and such. Everything uses the vertical stack for the most part. There's a couple of really cool apps that I was looking at earlier today that use a little bit different layout, but for the most part, you're using all the vertical stack layouts, and you have your feature right here. You have a bright orange button telling you can start tracking your pills, and you have your search bar with the control, and all the buttons are consistent. They're all this blue, and everything on the page is blue. A couple different shades, but the buttons have a little bit of affordance applied to them with this arrow, because arrows obviously tell you they're going to lead you somewhere. And everything is highly visible. I didn't hide anything. There's nothing sneaky going on. Everything does exactly what you think it's going to do. The start tracking button, if you click it, it takes you into the unstyled, for the most part, add items page. And if you hit search for anything, it takes you to this 404 error page until there's actually something to search. And the buttons do the same thing. The hardest part of this app was actually going into Illustrator and just making the buttons again. I had to really think back to my MMD 1 and 2 classes to use the pen tool and a couple of the effects. For some reason, I'm really bad with the gradient tool. These are actually pretty good for what I've done recently, but and I had a real aha moment with this call to action right here, because I have this image in here, and it's styled as an absolute positioned object, and I was trying to get it just so it's positioned inside of this section. And to do that, I made this section fixed, and in doing that, all of my buttons and my footer ended up underneath this section. So it took me probably a good hour of sifting through CSS tutorials and different things online, but I finally figured out that this should have been relative, not fixed. So that was kind of a time sink, but got past it, learned a few things, so it's good. For the most part, I'm really enjoying the client-side programming that we're doing, because I'm not a real big fan of databases. For some reason, we just don't get along. So using local storage and JSON has really been working out good. It's pretty easy to do. It's very lightweight, and if you're in any kind of penny pinching institution, you don't have to pay for database access. You don't have to have a database developer on the team. So it's pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it, and I really can't wait to make these buttons do a few more things in jQuery. So hopefully next week we'll have a fully functioning, pretty app. Thanks for watching.